it's Janet Gorald here, and I'm the founder of World Without Wine. And this morning I want to take you on a journey. I want to take you through the 8 steps of our membership program. I want to take you on a journey from a heavy drinker to someone that is thriving in their alcohol-free life, and onto a next stage, right through to being a sobriety advocate. If you're wondering what a sobriety advocate is, then it's someone that helps other people to get sober and also plays a role in helping our alcohol-drenched society to make some changes. So that's the journey that I want to take you on. And even if you're already a member, then please hang around, because I think by watching this, it'll put some context into your membership, and you might even find ways to get even more value from your subscription membership. Hi Lynette, how lovely. It's always such a relief to see somebody is there. So yes, hi Lynette. Let's press on with our journey, shall we? Step 1. Step 1 is probably the most important step. Step 1 is connection. Now, connection is the opposite of addiction. I think that says it all. We connect you with others on the same path. It's really hard to do this alone, to change your relationship with alcohol alone. I tried for 10 whole years. I was kind of ashamed of myself. I thought there was something wrong with me. I would see other people having 1 or 2 glasses of wine and then stopping. And I would think, well, how do they do that? And then I started asking my friends for help, and I would find that they'd either say, oh, don't be silly, Janet, you're fine. You know, you only drink a bottle of wine a night, so what's the problem? Because they were doing it too, of course. And then some of my more sensible friends would say things like, well, just stop after 1 glass. You know, how hard can it be? Well, the answer, as some of you know, is it can be extremely hard. And what's wonderful about joining our tribe is that the people there, I mean, they're all different kinds of people, but they all get you straight away. They understand. So the most important step on this journey is to find your people, find your tribe, find people that understand. So the first thing that we do when you subscribe is we add you to our WhatsApp group. Our WhatsApp group is amazing. I've been running it for 5 years now, and it's really restored my faith in human nature. I think I always believed that human beings were inherently good, and after seeing the dialogue on this group for 5 whole years, I know that's true. So we add you to the WhatsApp group, and it's the kind of group that you can reach out at any time, whether you want to say, oh crap, you know, I'm going to a function tonight, I've got no idea how I'm going to get through it. It's the kind of group where you can pop into the loo at that function and start messaging us, and somebody will be there, somebody will help you to get through the next 5 minutes, the next hour. So you can reach out for help, and also, of course, you post your progress, because the first time you get to 7 sober days, a month sober, you'll be so pleased with yourself, you'll want to share that triumph. So people share their ups and their downs on that group. And the other thing that we do, we only started this because of COVID, but we started having a Zoom cafe every Saturday afternoon. And in fact, it's become so popular that we're going to stick with it, even if hopefully this dreadful virus moves off at some point. We're going to keep our Zoom cafe going. And what happens is we have a speaker, it might be a member doing a share, or it might be someone talking about a specific topic, giving some advice. And then everybody that pitches up, they will give us a little update on how they're going. So those are the 2 ways that we connect you with our tribe. So step 2. Step 2, we put you on an alcohol-free challenge. Now that means that every morning in your inbox you will find an email from us. It's quite a short email because we appreciate that we're all drowning in emails these days. So on that email you'll find some tips, tools, inspiration, just to get you started in the right frame of mind that day and to get you through the day. And each of those emails, you can just hit reply if you want some help, some advice, give some feedback, your opinion. Just hit reply, and there's always someone there that will get into a dialogue with you. And of course, you just reach out on WhatsApp throughout those 30 days and get help. And we're always happy to jump on a Zoom call with you as well. So that's step 2. So you're now connected, you've done your 30-day alcohol-free challenge. So at the end of those 30 days, we review your progress. So we need to know from you, how has it been? Has it been a breeze, or has it been impossible, or has it just been really difficult, but you've managed it anyway? So we want to know how that 30 days went, because that will give us an indication of how much support you're going to need. And if you do need some extra support, of course, we'll get on a Zoom call with you, or the telephone, however you prefer to communicate. And we can offer you a sober buddy as well, which is one-to-one help from someone in our community that's managed to ditch the drink by working with us. And our sober buddies are wonderful, and they're so kind of grateful that they're sober now, and they want to show other people the way. They want to reach out and help other people. So for me, that is so heartwarming that people, not only do they get sober with us, which of course is wonderful, but rather than wandering off into the sunset, they stick around because they want to help other people. So that's beautiful, and goes back to restoring my belief that human beings are wonderful things. So we can offer you your own sober buddy. These people aren't trained coaches, they're not trained counsellors, but they're people that have done this and they want to help other people. And we do have a qualified counsellor that oversees our sober buddies, and she's there to advise them if they're struggling to help somebody. And the other thing that you can do if you're struggling is you can come to one of our Zoom workshops. We do a Zoom workshop every other month, and there we take you through how to change your mindset and 15 tools. We have a toolkit, and as a member you get a discounted place on that workshop. So that's step 3, reviewing your progress after the month. And step 4 is simply monitoring your progress. Oh, I printed out one to show you. I'm going to get it from the printer, excuse me. Sorry about that. Okay, so I just wanted to show you the annual tracker that we use. Here it is. It looks incredibly simple. It's just a piece of paper, and indeed it is simple. And you might think, but I can track my sobriety on my phone, and indeed you can. But what's brilliant about this one piece of paper, which was designed by somebody in our community, thank you Lucy, what's wonderful about this piece of paper is that you can stick it on your wine rack, you can stick it on your fridge, and you can keep your eye on the big picture. And that's really important psychologically, because giving up drinking is a bit like dieting. You know, you have a good stretch, and then one night everything gets pear-shaped, and then the next day you might think, oh, I can't do this, that's it, and then you carry on eating or drinking or whatever. But with a tracker like this, you're marking every alcohol-free day on it. And okay, you know, you have a blip, it happens. But what's important is you mark the blip on the tracker, and then you get back on the bus the next day, back on the sober bus. And also people, when they have a slip up, they tend to tell us on the group. What? Sorry guys, my husband, so nosy. Okay, where was I? So you confess your problem on the group, and we all say, oh, don't beat yourself up, get back on the bus. But what happens is that this tracker gives you this picture, and you can see the picture forming, and we see it over and over again. People manage sober stretches, and the sober stretches, you know, it starts off maybe only 3 days, then it gets to 7 days, then it gets to 2 weeks, they get longer and longer. And the blips, the slip-ups get fewer and fewer. So you can keep your eye on the big picture with this tracker. So we love our trackers, and everybody finds them really helpful. because I think they reinforce that there's no such thing as failure. You know, the only failure is just to give up altogether and to stop trying. So use your tracker, stay on track, and every Saturday, oh, I haven't put it on WhatsApp yet, but every Saturday it's Screenshot Saturday, and we ask people to share their trackers. So you guys on Facebook Live, make sure that you've shared your tracker please today if you haven't done that already. And the other thing that the tracker is great for reminding you of is sober milestones. Now, some of you are runners, I'm certainly not, but I know we've got marathon runners in our community, and you will know that if you reach, when you see a sign that says 5 kilometres, 10 kilometres, etc., it will give you a real hit, a dopamine hit or endorphin spike or whatever, and that gives you energy to carry on to the next milestone. And sober milestones are like that. So with the help of the tracker, you can see how many days you're doing. And nearly every day we get people saying, oh, I'm 20 days today, 30 days, 100 days. And it really, really helps. So sober milestones can be tracked on the tracker and post them. Step 5. Step 5 is coaching. Some of you may not be familiar with coaching, but the easiest way to think about coaching is think of your coach as your thinking partner. How many times in your life are you listened to for a whole hour? How many times is somebody sitting opposite you, really attentive and helping and challenging you, helping you to process your thoughts? Coaching is so powerful. And the quality of our thinking is actually improved by the quality of this person that is listening, and coaches are very good at listening. That's what we're trained to do. That's the biggest skill. Now, as a member, you're entitled to one complimentary session anyway, so we suggest that you take that up, and then if you want to contract for more sessions, obviously that's an option. But the great thing about coaching in this particular field is that giving up drinking is about mindset. It's not about willpower. Willpower runs out. But if you start seeing alcohol in a completely different way, then you actually won't even want to drink anymore. It just becomes easy. So a coach will help you change your mindset. A coach will help you to surface your personal limiting beliefs. Things like, I'll never be able to socialise, I'm going to lose all my friends, how will I have fun, how will I relax in the evenings? All these things that are swirling around in your head when you make the momentous decision to give up drinking. Your coach is going to calm those fears, she'll surface them, you'll shine a light on them together, and you will overturn them. So coaching, very powerful. If you're stuck, that's the way to go. Step 5. Step 6. So you've heard those 5 steps. We've got the connection, the 30-day challenge, the reviews, the tracking, the ongoing support. And now it's really just a matter of rinse and repeat until you've got a significant amount of sober time under your belt. And once you've clocked up about 6 months sober time, it could be time to write your goodbye to alcohol letter. Now, if anyone's watching this that hasn't got a clue what I'm talking about, please pop onto our secondary website, which is called goodbyetoletters.com. On that website, you'll find lots of inspirational goodbye letters written by people in our community. It's a really powerful and cathartic tool. It really helps to draw a line under those drinking days. It doesn't have to be, a miserable letter where you're just dwelling on all the things that went wrong. Indeed, my letter, the last paragraph says something like, well, Mr. Alcohol, I'm really going to miss you. We had some awesome times together. I'll never forget the fun we had, but that was then and this is now. I'm moving on to a different kind of life. So there's something about writing a goodbye letter and publishing it and reading it out. We get people coming to the Zoom cafe to read out their goodbye letter. It's a really powerful thing to do. So Make sure you write one of those when you get to about 6 months, send it to us, and of course we'll publish it on our website. So step 7. So here you are, alcohol free, you've written your goodbye letter, you've had that published, feeling very pleased with yourself. You'll find that once you've cleared your head a bit, sobriety brings you a lot of mental clarity. And it gives you time and it gives you space, and you start reflecting on your life, and you'll often feel ready to find more meaning and purpose in your life. Because after all, that's what we're here for. We're here to find meaning in our lives. And let me tell you, nothing will give you a sense of purpose quite like helping other people. It even gives you a dopamine hit. It'll keep you on track and make you feel good. And there's 2 main ways that we have of helping other people in our community. First of all, we have something that we call Pay It Forward. And that's all about, I've already explained that I love the way that people get sober with us and then they stick with us because they want to help other people. Sticking with us might just mean paying the monthly subs, being on the groups, encouraging people now and again. It doesn't have to be a time-consuming thing, but that's what I call paying it forward, because that person doesn't have to stay in our community. So that's one way of paying it forward. And then sometimes people sponsor memberships. And just yesterday, last week, I think it was Wednesday, our first group of Sober Springers got to their 66 days. So well done, guys, Sober Springers. And there were a few people on the group that wanted to subscribe, but they couldn't quite afford it. So what happened is, we didn't ask, we didn't say a word. All we've done is make the membership monthly, so it is more affordable, but we can't do more than that. But we found that 3 of our members, just out of the blue, they contacted Sue and they said they'd like to sponsor an annual membership. So that's amazing, and that's the kind of warmth and humanity that we have in this group. So I'm going to do a personal shout out to Di, Jen and Margaret. Thank you so much. And the other way, of course, that we can help other people is by becoming a sober buddy. And as I've explained, a sober buddy is simply someone that's got sober with us and now wants to help the newbies. And you don't need any qualifications to do this, just a bit of your time, obviously. And we do have a qualified counsellor who will advise you if you're struggling. Excuse me. And now step number 8. Step number 8, it's a pretty exciting step really. I've called it Be an Activist. Now, as we all know, because it's on the news 24/7, and some of us have tragically been affected by our relatives and friends, but COVID-19 has killed more than 1 million people in the world. And the world has ground to a halt, basically. We've all changed the way that we live. But did you know that 3 million people die of alcohol-related causes every single year, and nothing happens, nothing changes? Just the marketing goes on and on, the machine goes on and on, people keep dying year after year. And just yesterday on our WhatsApp group, somebody posted that 3 young people that she knew, I think they were friends of her sons, were killed in an alcohol-related road crash. Some young person drove into a wall. It's just mind-boggling the damage that this stuff does. So we hear all these horror stories. Even here in South Africa, 172 people every single day die of alcohol-related causes. You've got the endless car crashes and the violence, and it causes mayhem, as you know. So what can we do? Well, first of all, we can name and shame restaurants and bars that aren't stocking alcohol-free drinks. Most of them have got with the programme with the alcohol-free beer, but for some reason they don't have alcohol-free wine in most restaurants. And my personal theory is that they don't stock it because it's not addictive, so we're not going to sit there and order 6 bottles for our table. We'll probably have a couple and that'll be enough. So that's my theory. But whatever the reason is, I think we've got to use our consumer pressure, get on Twitter, write to these people. We've got a section on our website called Restaurant Watch, so you can name and shame and put them on there, or even give them some praise. I remember I praised Willoughby's once because I trotted along there with my alcohol-free wine, and they paid some attention to it. They were quite interested, although they still don't stock it. But they bought me a nice bucket, and they didn't charge me corkage. Whereas a lot of restaurants, if you do take your own alcohol-free drink, they charge you corkage, which is crazy. So let's get naming and shaming these guys. The other thing that we can do is that we can call out misleading articles in the media. Now, I'm going to name and shame Woman's Health because, and the title, it's just ironic. But this publication is read by millions of women all over the world, and they're often, I won't say constantly, but very often they'll publish an article about the champagne diet, or red wine is good for your guts, and words fail me, but what we're saying to you is, if you see articles like that, and we know that you do because you often post them on WhatsApp, just let us know and we'll get on. We have a secret weapon called Jen, and Jen is amazing. She writes extremely sharp letters to publishers usually of these crazy articles, and we even get replies sometimes. And in fact, we've written a lot to Women's Health, and I think that they've stopped publishing quite so many, and in fact they even published something about why you shouldn't drink so much, which Jen and I were thrilled about, and we decided it was all down to us. So please let us know about all these articles that you see, and we will keep calling these people out. If you'd like to see the tone of Jen's letters, then just pop on Activist Corner on our website, worldwithoutwine.com, and you'll get the flavour for the kind of things that she writes. So I think that's pretty much it. Oh gosh, I've been chatting for 22 minutes, too long. So that's our membership journey in 8 steps. And one membership perk that I didn't mention is our fabulous Dr. Judy. We're blessed in that we have a medic on board who's really interested in everything we do. And in fact, if anybody's listened yet to this morning's podcast, you might have heard about the CDT test, and if anybody would like to arrange that, then once you're a member you can connect with Dr. Judy. So Dr. Judy is there to offer our members alcohol related health advice. So if you have a problem, if you feel your liver's a bit off or you want some kind of test, then just go to Dr. Judy. So our membership, if you're not yet a member, it's very affordable. We're talking 75 rand a month, $5, £4. Just think what you spend on alcohol if you're still drinking, and it's peanuts. So if you've listened to this and you're already a member, I hope you've got a sense of where you are on the 8-step journey and how you can get even more value from being in the tribe. And if you're not a member, just hop on to worldwithoutwine.com, click on the membership tab, and there'll be a diagram there explaining these 8 steps that I've taken you through. So I think that's me for this morning. Now for the exciting bits. Is anybody there? Yay, there's Lynette. Hi Lynette. Yeah, Sandy. Hi Sandy. Hi Blommy. Flick. Hello Flick. Yes, we love our tribe. So all of these comments are just saying that the tribe is great. Zoom Cafe is superb. Oh, there's Sue. Good morning, Sue. Sandy, Flick. Oh, Flick's going to stand on the street corner and listen to this, shout from the mountaintops, do whatever it takes to convince tribe members to do a workshop. I did one on 31st of October and it was indescribably helpful. Oh, fabulous. And as you say, Flick, if you do the workshop, you get a complimentary coaching session. Yes to dopamine hits. Oh yeah, I didn't even mention in our community we have a hypnotherapist. We have one in Joburg, one in Cape Town, although of course it doesn't matter now because they do them on Zoom, but you can also have a complimentary hypnotherapy session. Coach, helping you shine a line. Yes, coaching is amazing. And another big thank you to Di, Jen, and Margaret for those for sponsoring memberships. It's so kind. Okay. Oh, Dr. Judy is an angel. She is, and she's, as you can imagine, she's in the hospital working, helping with the COVID situation. So we're very much hoping that she's coping with that. Oh, Shez, good morning, Shez. Haven't seen you for a while. Okay, guys, so I'm going to go now, but I'm going to see most of you, I think, at the Zoom cafe later. And please have a listen to this morning's podcast because I think it's quite interesting. It's all about a test that if I take that test when I, like 20 years ago, when I first started realizing that I was drinking too much, I think I would have stopped dead. So let's spread the word about this test, and maybe some of you have got some relatives that are still drinking heavily, so we can use them as guinea pigs. That would be good. Oh, Babalwa, hello Babalwa. I think you came to a workshop, you were a member, and now you've come back to us. Yay, nice to see you. Okay, I really am going now. Bye.